video to get experience, or maybe you're looking for entry job, able to speak. Human resource speaking, we need to speak. You need to show up for yourself, you understand? So just imagine it to say like, I'll be at working, and this is what human resource do. This is the introduction. Then like now, in the next videos, we're going to focus on things we're expressing in the workplace. We're going to talk about onboarding, we're going to talk about laws, we're going to talk about pay parole, we're going to talk about lots of stuff that consider human resource management. So like now I'm going to share my screen with you so that it will be easy for you to understand what I'm talking about. You understand? So introduction to human resource and labor relations, what you need to know, learn is HR the easy way. So like, yeah guys, it's not like the book, it's not theory. It's what you need to imagine you being HR. Because on your CV, you're going to write self-taught experience. Self-taught experience. This is what I focus on. Understand? So this is the introduction. Introduction to HR and labor relations. So we need to know the definition of human resource is. What is a human resource, HR? Definition. Human resource means department or people who help to take care of employees in the company. So as a human resource management, you are responsible for employees within the company. Their well-being, they're doing well, because of if the employees are not participating, they're not doing their jobs, the company is losing. So you are there for their well-being, understand? So sometimes you can do events like team building, where like you need to connect the relationship because of employees that work in a different department, and most of the time it's hard for them to combine to work together. So the best way to make them together, to work together, to know each other, something like networking is when you do something like team building. They help with hiring, training, paying, and make sure workers are treated fairly. So definitely, we work with training. As a human resource management, you are responsible to hire. You are responsible for training. You are responsible for paying and make sure workers are treated fairly. That's your job as human resource management. So when we focus to real example, we talk about, for example, in shop like Pick and Pay, like these HR teams who help to find new cashiers. In all the companies, there's HR who make sure find the right employees, who make sure you find the employees who know the work. You understand? So that's what HR do. Then you train them before they start to work. So it depends, like when you're doing a graduate program, you're getting experience within the workplace. Maybe after a graduate program or internship, they can offer you a position. So it depends about types of organization. You understand? It depends. Others, like they will say, we give experience, go to find the job. Others will say, like, we see you, we see the skill we have, you're talented, the creativity, then they take you. What is labor relations? These labor relations, remember, you are doing labor relations and human resource. Labor relations is about the relationship between employees, which is the bosses, and employers and employees. So when we talk about employers, talk about bosses, and when we talk about employees, talk about workers. You understand? So this one, they are including talking, solving problems, and following labor laws. This one, they're focusing on solving problems within organizations. That's focusing on following the laws of the labor rights. You understand? This is what they are focusing on. A real example: if workers at Eskom go on the strike, the labor relations team has to talk to the union and try to fix the problem. Definitely, if like now people are not happy with the salary, they're striking, the labor relations is the one who's responsible to come and say like, hey guys, what are you fighting? Hey guys, what is happening, in order to solve the problem within the organization. This is what the labor relations do normally. You understand? Then I'm going to move to why HR is important within the organization. The question says like, why we need human resource within the organization. What's the reason behind to hire human resource management? Same as we have a business, and you'll be like, why I need to hire human resource management? What is their job exactly? That's a question you're asking yourself, but now you know why you need HR. Helps to hire the right people. So human resource is going to make sure you hire the right people for your company. So that's what human resource do. So like make sure workers are paid on time, make sure employees that receive on time. There's no delay. There's no like, yo, your money will enter, yo, you're experiencing this. Human resources fighting for you to like, these people are supposed to get paid, not they're supposed to wait. Like these people are supposed to get paid, not waiting. This is where like now human resource management enters. You understand? Support workers with training and benefits. Also, like human resources are responsible to make sure they support workers with training. They encourage their employees to equip themselves, to know, to like you see, like now we talk about AI, you know. So human resources will encourage employees to get familiar with HR because it may affect their jobs. You understand? So that's the job of human resource management. It keeps the workplace safe and happy. Human resource make sure like the workplace is safe and happy. Everyone comes to work is enjoying the workplace. You don't want the human resource on like you don't do their job, you don't make the place safe and happy. You understand? So you want the human resource like you want to keep the workplace safe and happy. That's what we're looking for in a human resource management. For example, in a call center, HR listen to complaints from the staff about long working hours and try to make change. Definitely, if employees like say like we are working long hours, you know, and when they are working long hours, it can affect their what their productivity. So it can affect their productivity. So human resource will enter say like, okay guys, I hear you complain about long working hours, but this is how we can defeat this, so how we can deal with it. There's a work of human resource management. They need to do that job. You understand? That's the work of human resource management. Though like now, same situation, you have a business, you're a worker, you don't understand what is the labor relations is important. Why we need labor relations in the workplace? Why we need laws? Why we need policies within organizations? You are going to know. If you don't know, you are going to know like now why we need those people. It's a good thing guys to drink warm water to help you to digest. Okay. Why we need labor relations is important. Labor relations prevent fights or strike at the workplace. So when we establish policies and the laws within organizations, we make sure that we prevent fight and strike at the work. That's what we need to do as in labor relations. And the labor relations, again, we build trust between bosses and workers. You know, when there's a conflict, labor relations just end and make sure there's no trust that is broken. You understand? There's no relationship that is broken. That's where, like, as we enter, say, like, okay, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is how we can solve it. Labor relations helps to follow the laws. Labor relations is going to be there and helping you to follow the laws. So, like, these are policies we just implemented and make sure you follow it. If you don't follow it, you may get fired. So this is what labor relations do. It protect the workers' rights, make sure like it protects employees' rights. Like labor relations there to protect workers' rights. Real example, in the mining industry, labor relations officer often meet the union leaders to discuss the safety and issue. Definitely in the mining industry, labor relations just come here and make sure like everyone is safety. That's why like in the mining industry, we get lots of unions about labor relations fighting for employees' rights. Good. Then the roles in HR department. So once you understand the roles in HR department, in the HR department, we're going to focus to recruiter, where like we find new staff. We're going to focus to HR manager, where like we oversee policies and staff issues. This is like now when it oversees like the policies and the staff issues. The recruiter find new employees. Payroll officer, we make sure people get paid. That's what the payroll do. They make sure everyone is getting paid. Training officer helps with the skills and workshops. So that means it's training you, make sure like you are getting the right skill. So real experience tip, try talking to someone working in HR at university or company. They will tell you how important teamwork is. So this is a real experience tip, you know. if you know, like you have a degree but don't have experience, you may take this tip to say like, try to, someone working in HR can talk to me, or yeah, because I've been in the experience, I know it. They will tell you how important teamwork is. Teamwork is very important, working together, because of you can't achieve nothing if we say like, when you hate teamwork. You need to work with people. You need to be familiar with people. That's what's going to produce the good result for the company, even for yourself. The key laws in South Africa, labor relations, to focus on the Labor Relations Act, to focus on building condition employment, to focus on employment equity. Simple explanation, these laws help to protect workers' rights and ensure unfair treatment. This we talk about, like they must employ maybe whites, blacks, coloreds, Employment Equity Act. Basic conditions, there must be, it's the same as the Labor Relations Act. You understand? Which is very important. But like labor relation jobs, they are scarce, because someone who done human resource management can be labor relations. Someone done labor relations can be a human resource management. So like, you're going to do this kind of job, you understand? So like, yeah, remember, it's just introduction. We're going to enter to the deep conversation in the next video. So union and management, they fall under labor relations. We focus on the union and management. Union is labor relation, management can be labor relations or human resource management. Union, a group of workers who start together to protect their rights. Like you see this thing called Busatu, their laws, you can search them. This one, they protect employees' rights. You can see, like, I want to give an example with school, because of most of us have been rated over, like, like teachers, they will be striking, classes, no classes, you understand? So like now, a group of workers who stand together protect their rights. So it's when like this worker, they say like, we want to strike, we want increase, you understand, like those issues. Then you focus on the management. Management is the people who run the company. Like if for management, you manage employees. That's a work. You manage the employees. You manage employees to ensure that they're doing their job, and you make sure their well-being is good, and you make sure the workplace is safety for them. Labor relations help them to work together, which is like I talk about. Sorry, labor relation, human resource. So, real example, at university, union represent lecturers when they want salary increase or better working condition. Like I said, in high school, like our teacher will be like, oh, today there's no school, we're going to strike, they want to increase, something like that. It's the same thing. So we're going to focus to common issues, HR labor relations handles. So this is what issues that mostly happen within organization. Talk about late payments, or like employees have been waiting for their payment, it's not entering. We'll focus on the harassment at work, whether like there's women or men busy touching each other. Like this is a part of harassment. This can be verbal, can be physical, we have a dismissal, like dismissal getting fired, or maybe like you didn't follow the policy of the company and they found guilty, they can dismiss you. And we have working hours, like they say, you're working this time until this time. And then we have disputes, fights within employees, within your boss, which is disarrangement. I love to give example. A cleaner at school may complain about unfair treatment. HR investigate the issue fairly. So if the cleaner at the school may complain about unfair treatment, and HR will investigate the issue. So okay, we hear the problem is this and this and this, then they find the solution. So the conclusion is what is next. Like now, guys, are going to go into deep topic. So like now, focus on the HR regulations are the key. We happy workplace, definitely. Real people, real problems, real solutions. You are working with the employees. You make sure their well-being is good. You make sure they're getting paid. You make sure they follow the policy. You understand? You train them. What is the next episode? We talk about recruitment and selections. So like now we talk about recruitment and selections. Action point. Think of one day place you see HR or labor relation in action. Write it down and talk about it. So it's very good to get familiar with this experience, because it's an introduction. human resource and labor relations. Even you're a student, you want to know what is introduction to labor relations. It can help you a lot. My name is Mologi, 2 times graduate. I have 2 degrees, and I have the first one. My degree is industrial psychologist with labor relations, with honors in labor relations, with data scientist, and now I'm getting experience with you guys. So I love it so much. The only thing you need to do, just need to show up, guys. And again, like if you need help, you're struggling how to speak, you focus on when you speak is you can text me on WhatsApp so we can have a session 065 534 8628. I will repeat again. If you know like you are struggling, it's hard for you to represent yourself. It's hard for you to you understand. You need that how to sell yourself during interview, how to say the right way so that you can get employed. Text me on 065 534 8628. Stay tuned and make sure you show up and make sure you practice. I love you so much.